everyone, so today I am here to do my first library haul of 2019. If you guys didn't see my goals video, my goal for 2019 is to use the library more. I was using it a little bit in 2018, but 2019 is going to be the year of the library. And also my goal is to only buy 50 books for the entirety of 2019. So today we're going to do a library haul, but also a book of the month unboxing, because I did buy actually my first 3 books, so we're just combining all of it, just books I've gotten recently, but mostly library. So I have a wonderful library system, and they are wonderful. It's like a couple hundred, I think, libraries that all are connected, and you can order books from anywhere and they will get them in for you. So I have a stack of 7 books I got from the library just this past day, so I wanted to show you guys the books that I got out and basically what I'll be currently reading in the next little bit. So the first book I have out is the one that I have already started, and that is Annex by Rich Larson. This is a sci-fi Peter Pan retelling. This is like about a time when aliens have come down to Earth and have taken over, and adults are affected more by it than kids, and it is this little group of— Ben, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come out. Come out. Ben, come out. Dude, come on. Come on. Out. Thank you. And it is about a girl named Violet, who is a trans girl who has her little band of lost boys who they are trying to take control of their lives and stuff. There is a second book, but I really enjoyed the first little bit that I read. I'm like 25 pages in, and I love Peter Pan. I feel like if you're new here, you weren't around for my Peter Pan kick of 2017. I read like every single Peter Pan retelling there was out at the time, but this is a 2018 release, so it's new and I'm really excited. I love Peter Pan, so I am currently reading this one. And then the next book I got out is a BookTube fan favorite, but you know what? I finally decided to pick it up, and that is The Baron the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I always hear that this is a great book to read during the winter months because it's very cold, and I don't know, I was never really interested in it, and then I keep seeing everyone talking about the second and third book, I believe now, and I finally was like, you know what? My library has it. I'll give it a try. I did read the first chapter of this, and it was kind of slow, but it was definitely interesting. I think it takes place in like Russia, or like a fantasy version of Russia or something like that. So I've never read a book about Russia, but here we are. Another book that I tried the first chapter of is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse, and this is a urban fantasy about a world where like the apocalypse happened, and now there's like demigods and gods and stuff living on Earth, and we follow a girl who seems to be a demigod, I think, and she's like a monster hunter. The first chapter gave me such strong Percy Jackson vibes, and I don't know whether that's because there's like demigods and monsters and stuff, but I was really enjoying it, so this is very excited for that one. I hear really good things about it. The next one was actually a recommendation from one of you guys on Goodreads. I'm not gonna lie, I don't necessarily always look at my recommendations on Goodreads, but someone recommended me this and it looked so cool, so I immediately ordered it from my library, and that is Stronger, Faster, and More Beautiful by Arwen Else Dayton. This is a brand new book, and it's about— I heard that it's for fans of Westworld. And if you guys don't know, all of my Funko Pops are Westworld Funko Pops. Like, I don't really collect Funko Pops besides Westworld ones, so— and I'm just gonna read you guys the description of this because I don't want to like say too much. So, today our bodies define us. We color our hair, tattoo our skin, pierce our ears, brows, noses. We lift weights, run miles, break records. We are flesh and blood and bone. Tomorrow has different rules. The future is no longer about who we are, it's about who we want to be. If you can dream it, you can be it. Science will make us smarter, healthier, flawless in every way. Our future is boundless. This is a story that begins tomorrow. It's a story about us. It's a story about who comes after us. And it's a story about perfection, because perfection has a way of getting ugly. So it sounds like Westworld mixed with maybe the Ugly series. I am really excited for this one. So thank you to whoever recommended me this. I do not remember your name off the top of my head, but you're the reason I picked this up. The next one I picked up was actually one, I'm not gonna lie, I requested this book from the publisher and they ignored me. I guess I'm not big enough to request things yet, but I picked up Pulp by Robin Talley. This is a LGBT book about a girl who is in our time, like in the 2010s, and she is doing a project about the 1950s, and it's about her dealing with her sexuality and figuring out herself and everything and being a lesbian, but she's also reading a pulp fiction novel by a lesbian in the 1950s. So it's kind of about now's LGBT community and then's LGBT community, and I'm so interested in this. The next one I picked up is probably going to be my next read because I am so interested in it. I've heard of this on Chelsea Dolling's channel, but I think she heard about it from someone else, but you know, we don't all follow the same people. And this is Our Story by Ashley Elston, and this is basically about a book where I think it's 5 boys go out on a hunting trip. Like, they're really rich boys, so they go out hunting, and they end up finding one of the boys shot and killed in the woods. Like, one of them shot him, and it's basically a book about trying to figure out who did it, who killed him. Was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Like, that whole kind of mystery element. And I hear that it's very character-based, and I love my character-based books. I do not really like mysteries that much, but I wanted to pick this one up because I love Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I don't think they sound similar, but they're both character-based mysteries, so I really want to give this one a try. Plus, it sounds really interesting, but I'm not gonna lie, it does freak me out that there's a deer on the cover. If you guys don't know, I am petrified by deer. I was attacked by a deer when I was a kid, and they terrify me now. So, I'm not gonna lie, the cover freaks me out like hella hard. And then the last book I picked up was actually a book that was a Book of the Month book that I kept seeing people talking about, and I didn't want to pick it up from Book of the Month because, I don't know, I just didn't, and my library had it, so I got it, and that is Severance by Ling Ma. This is about a book, it's like a commentary on how we kind of fall into routines. So it's about a woman who lives in New York, and like people kind of become zombies as they just like do the same thing over and over and over and over. It's a satire. I'm really, really interested in it. So it's also quite short, so I'm very interested to check it out. Actually, a lot of these books are really, really short, so that's fun. I feel like I've been reading a lot of long books. Okay, and before we get into the Book of the Month unboxing, I'm going to show just the one book I bought for myself recently from Thrift Books. You guys will be getting a semester book haul very soon of all the books I had to buy for my spring semester, but I put one book in there for myself because I had a free book and I didn't want to use my free book on a school book, if I'm completely honest. So I decided to pick up The Book of the Unnamed Midwife by Meg Elliston. I heard about this from someone's favorite books of the year, and then I like looked it up on Goodreads and I saw so many people that I really, really trust loving this book. It is about a time when like a post-apocalyptic world. I've been reading a lot of post-apocalyptic books, okay, and it's about a post-apocalyptic world where men like outnumber women like 10 to 1, and because of like a fever that like took a ton of the Earth's population and killed women and children mostly, and also made childbirth really deadly for the mother and infant. And it's basically about that, and I was really interested. Also, the copy I got has like so many little tabs in it, which makes me like very interested as to why this person kept dog-earing all of these pages. Like, are those like important parts? I have no clue. So we're gonna try it out. And now we're getting into the Book of the Month unboxing. So if you guys don't know, I have only gotten Book of the Month one other time back in last October, like 2017 October. Oh my god, that was a long time ago. Was it 2017 October? Yeah. 2017 October. I do not buy Book of the Month very often just because I am not always really interested in their books, like just straight up. I'm not interested in their books, and I find it a waste of money to just buy a book for $15 I'm not going to read. So I normally wait for them to have a book that I really, really want and have the buy a book with your credit and get a book free. So that is what I was waiting for with this, and I got 2 books that were actually both January book picks, and that is why I decided to get it. I'm not gonna lie, I think book subscription boxes can be a ripoff and a waste of money, but I do like this one that you get to pick the books and that they do quite often have the buy a book and then get a book free. So I normally wait for that, and also I wait for books I'm actually interested in, because normally I find that the books that they have, it's $15, but I can find them for way cheaper. Like, they have Evelyn Hugo on there, but I got it for like $9 or $8. So these books I decided to get because both of them are brand new adult releases that I looked up on Amazon and Book Depository. In both sites they were like almost $20 each, so I got both of these books from Book of the Month for $15, which is why I personally thought it was worth it. Plus they were both books I was really interested in. So I'm going to show you guys, and yes, both of these are January book releases, or book picks, whatever it's called. There we go. Okay. Wow. Wow. What? Book of the year. Wow, these are some thick ass books. It was like right up to the top. Oh my god. Okay. Let's open these up. So apparently the book of the year was Circe by Madeline Miller. If you guys didn't know, I hated The Song of Achilles, so I don't care about Circe. You can stop advertising it to me. I really wish they do more interesting bookmarks, because this is like such a boring bookmark. Okay, so again, I got two books, both January releases. So I'm gonna do the one that I'm like not as interested in first. I'm really interested in both of these, but this one is like my second pick. And that is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides? Who fucking knows? So this is a psychological thriller about a woman who kills her husband, like she stabs him to death, and then I think she either like cuts her own tongue out or she decides to become mute or something, so she won't talk. And it is about the psychiatrist who is trying to make her tell him what happened, why she did this. And I think there might be like a weird little romance, which interests me. So this is a book that I was just really interested in. I actually don't have any thrillers on my shelf that I currently want to read, and thriller is something that I really like. I kind of fell out of it a little bit because I felt like a lot of them were becoming very similar, but psychological thrillers are definitely my favorite types. So I'm really excited to read this. I don't know if I'll save it for October, but yeah, no, I probably won't. I'll probably read it soon, but this seems like a good October read. And the book that made me want to order this box was The Night Tiger by Young-Si Chu. This person wrote another book, The Ghost Bride, which is a book that has interested me for years. And I finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna try out their newer book, because I've heard some like mixed reviews on the Ghost Bride book. But this is a book that takes place in Malaysia, and it's about a girl who's like trying to pay off her parents' debts by being a like dancer, I believe. And then like some weird thing happens with a finger, like she leaves a finger behind or some shit. It's like about like a couple worlds interchanging, and the biggest thing that interested me was it takes place in Malaysia, which I've never read a book about Malaysia, and I'm about this life. It sounds so weird. Everyone in like the reviews and stuff, and even in the description of this book, was just saying how weird it was. And you all know I freaking love my weird literature. So I am so excited. Plus this cover, definitely not a downside to this. Alright, so that is my little book of the month unboxing and library haul, and one book that I bought for myself that wasn't book of the month or a library book. So there you go, just a little haul for you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this little video, and definitely tell me down below if you've read any of these books and if I need to bump any of them to the top of my TBR. This is basically the stack of books that I will be reading for the next month or so. So anyways, again, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!